So Dewey was by marriage.
By married, ain't Hazel, little Hazel. Yeah. And they
Okay.
lived in, he was from Pontiac, Michigan. Joe was. She met him, I don't know where. I don't know the,
Well, there was somebody that moved up there that was Dad was telling me they outside of Pontiac they had like a big kind of a ranch almost, and they got Memo to come up there. They got Alma to come up to Michigan, and that's why she went up there to get a job
yeah.
as a nurse working in Pontiac.
I was there when she was up there working.
Yes, Dad said you guys went up there.
I was there for about 2 years, something like that,
Right.
in Pontiac. Yeah. I never did find a job that would have made me a living that I wanted to keep. Service stations, you name it, they was hiring. But factories, no. I tried the factories, they would not hire me. They told me it was a changeover. Well, it wasn't no changeover for 2 years, but I just couldn't get a job there that I wanted. Something that paid decent wages because everything was based on factories. There's a lot of factories there based on that income. So I stayed there for a long time. Finally moved out. I lived with them for going on 2 years, I guess. And then I moved out to a Roosevelt Hotel in downtown Pontiac. It cost me $12 a week for rent. Can you imagine that today? $12 a week. You couldn't even buy a street corner for $12 a week. But it was just a nice little one room. All it was. That's all I needed. And I stayed there for a while. And I ran around with a fellow from Rickrow, Jimmy Brown, and he was living in Chicago. He said, "Come to Chicago." He said, I said, "I ain't got a car I had a car, but I didn't have one that would make the trip." He said, he said, "Sell the old car and get on the bus and come out here, stay with us a while." I didn't know that he had something up his sleeve. He wanted me there as a house set while he come back to Kentucky because he was afraid somebody broke in the house. So in a roundabout way, I went to Pontiac, went to Chicago. I stayed there a couple of weeks while he was in Kentucky, and he come back. And my first and last time I rode a train, a passenger train, went down to that big terminal in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Been on movies and things like that,
Right.
and it was really popular. I can't think of the name of it. Big place, monsters. Had those trains with a lot of cars on them and everything. Anyway, I got on that train and I called Pep. I said, certain time, be in Madisonville. Pick me up at the train station. And he said, "I'll be there." So when I pulled up in Madisonville, it took me 8 hours to try to come from Chicago to Madisonville in that train, which the I don't know why it took so long, but it did. 8 hours is a long time, from here to Chicago. It don't take that long, but it did that train. And I hated that. It was nighttime. I couldn't see nothing. We go through a little town. I see the cars and the traffic, stop for the train and all that. I could see that. But when went out of town, I could see nothing. It's
Mhm.
darkness. And I bored constant click, 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 click. The train making that noise when it went across to where it was tied together constantly, all the way down there, coming back rather. Click, 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 click. I said, oh, shut up, would you? I could hear it all night long, just about. Anyway, I made it to Madisonville, and Pappy picked me up in the old Ford, and that was my running. Well, I never left Graham except Owensboro. I lived in Owensboro for 7 years. Sort of liked it for a big town.
But you like Graham.
I like small towns. Yeah, I'm happy right here. You know, I got no problem with my neighbors. My neighbor over there, he never talks to me. Terrell runs with him a whole lot because he's single and they're both the same age, just about. And my granddaughter lived over in another house. My son lived there for years. And they moved. And my granddaughter got the house.
Oh, okay.
So I got a neighbor on one side and relatives on the other side. They don't bother me. Neither one of them does.
Okay.
So I got it made. Over the other houses across the field over there up on the hill. And I never go in. Never. I don't know who lives there. My wife knows them, but I don't. I don't care about knowing them. I'm just country.